And to do so, this has a little bit more ingredients. This basically has 3 tablespoons of salt. And this is making a pretty big batch. So, you might want to have a little bit more. We take 3 tablespoons of a chili sauce, chili powder. We have 3 tablespoons of cumin. We have 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, and I'm going to grab a bigger bowl. Then we're going to take 1 tablespoon of the following. We're going to take rosemary, thyme, garlic powder, I have a little bit of island jerk spice, some onion powder, fajita spice, and finally sage. So that becomes our dry rub. We're going to mix this also. This is actually enough for almost 2 briskets. And I like to just make a big batch and keep it for the next time. So there we go. We're going to rub it next into our meat and put it on the smoker. Alright, we're going to take our brisket, put it in a metal pan, and we're just going to work our rub right into it. Flip it over. And we'll put it right on the smoker. Alright, a smoker has 2 components, and one is the smoke where the fire is, and one is the grill where you put the meat. The concept of it is you put a slow burning fire with mesquite or hickory wood, and it will create smoke that will go from the fire chamber into where the meat is, and it'll come out the smokestack at the other end. You want to keep it at about 200 degrees. You will adjust the damper, which is at the bottom here, right here, to about a halfway thing here, and then adjust the smoke screen off there so that it's open about a half of an inch. So we're going to light the fire, and I'll show you how to go. Now I use hickory, a little bit of charcoal, and then some pecans. So we'll be right back. Start by laying down some charcoal. This is organic charcoal. Onto that we're going to take, we have our hickory chips. We are going to put some of those. These are what generate most of the smoke. And you'll feed these more of these chips in every couple hours. And then I like to sprinkle some pecans off the top. So we'll be lighting it in a bit. Alright, so we got our fire set up. We're going to put a little bit of charcoal fluid in it. And we're going to light it. Alright, so once our fire gets burning, we are going to shut our damper down. We're going to shut our meat. Now as you see, we've got the fire's going. starting to see the steam starting to come up here a little bit. So when we cover this, what we're basically going to do is build steam, or smoke I should say. It's going to start coming out of the top. So when it gets to about 200 degrees, we're going to put our meat on and we're going to smoke it for 4 to 6 hours. Now 4 hours is typically enough to get all the smoke taste in. So what I like to do is smoke it for about 4 hours to get the flavor, and then finish it off for about 2 hours at 300 degrees in the oven. Okay, we're going to place our brisket towards the front and our turkey on the back half. We're going to save these pans because this is what we're going to serve it in. And we're going to cover it up, and it's going to be done in a little bit. Well, not a little bit, but 4 to 6 hours. And here's what a well working smoker looks like. You should have a lot of smoke coming out of the top of that little crick, and you want to keep it at about 200 degrees. So you're either going to adjust the damper on the bottom. If it's not burning fast enough, that'll bring more air to start the fire. Or if it's burning too hot and you want to close it at the top, and that will shut down the flow and keep the steam. So this is just perfect right here. And this is going to go on for about 4 to 6 hours. Just remember, you really only need to smoke for the flavor for about 4 hours. You can finish it up in the oven. That way you don't smell like your smoke pit. And you can smoke it like I'm smoking it tonight. Then I will take it off the grill at dusk. Tomorrow I'll finish it up in the oven for about 2 hours at 300 degrees. And here we have our smoked brisket. Now we're going to slice it. We're going to put it in a pan. And then we're going to cover it with a little bit of barbecue sauce and cook it for about 2 hours tomorrow at the party. You can see when we cut this, we're going to cut it against the grain. So the grain in this particular brisket is running this way, so we're going to cut it directly at a 90-degree angle. And this is going to make it very, you can see the grains that are there that are cut off. This will make it very tender to eat. If you cut it with the grain, then it becomes chewy and stringy. And here we have our final dish. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to coat it with a little bit of barbecue sauce, heat it in the oven at about 300 degrees for about an hour and a half, and it'll be scrumptious.